Yet in a Final Four matchup. John Dale's going to have details on the women's team's quest for a championship. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the Pitt State women's basketball team tries to move one step closer to an NCAA championship in a Final Four matchup. John Dale's is going to bring us details. Plus, firefighters in Pittsburgh rescue a woman from a burning house. And a major water main project is underway in downtown Lamar, what it means for residents and businesses.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Pitt State women's basketball tries to keep its dream of an NCAA championship alive against a tough Final Four opponent. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM Sports Director John Dales joins us with the latest.
Thanks, Dow. Pitt State faces Grand Valley State tonight, and whoever wins advances to the national championship game on Friday night. Unfortunately, tonight marks the end of the road for the Gorillas. They fall 68-61 to Grand Valley State. Their historic season comes to an end, one win short of that appearance in the national championship. Now, PSU fought back from a halftime deficit to take the lead in the third. I'll have the highlights from this one later on in sports.
All right, we'll catch you then. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now.
Well, definitely turned out to be a nice Wednesday for us today. Temperatures fantastic. We went into lower 70s. 72 was our high. Started at 42. 63 is our average high for this time of the year. But we warm up even more as we go into Thursday. Highs near 80 degrees. We could see a couple random showers, especially as we go through the morning hours. But then the winds increase as well. It's not going to be the winds that we've seen over the past few weeks, but it's still going to be pretty windy really over the next several days. Storm chances will start to increase Saturday night and into Sunday, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Also, the winds kind of picking up, so we're talking gusts kind of 25, 30, maybe 35 at times as we go through the next few days. Pretty much clear skies, not too much going on for us tonight, but again, some rain chances. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
Catch you in a few. And a Neodesha, Kansas man enters a plea on a reduced charge as part of a plea agreement in the death of a Coffeyville, Kansas man. Ryan McCullough was originally charged with second-degree murder for the death of David Winchen. According to court documents, Winchen died after an altercation with McCullough in May of last year. Well, now McCullough has pleaded no contest to a charge of aggravated battery in the case, and authorities have dismissed the murder charge. Sentencing is scheduled for May. Pittsburgh firefighters have rescued a woman from a burning home. Firefighters today responded to a report of a woman trapped in a burning house at 605 North Georgia. The city says they immediately attacked the fire, found the woman despite the heavy smoke, and got her out. Pittsburgh Fire Chief says the woman had some injuries and they transferred her to the care of Crawford County EMS. A medical helicopter took her from Pittsburgh's Mercy Hospital to another location. We still don't have any additional word on her condition. The fire department says no one else was in the home. The State Fire Marshal's office will help with the investigation of that fire. Crews in Lamar continue to work on replacing the city's downtown water mains. The project is funded through ARPA grants. The replacement of the pipes coincides with a well drilling project to provide a redundant water source for the city. Residents and businesses in the immediate area are advised that their water might be minimally disrupted starting tomorrow as crews work to attach residential lines to the new main lines.
It's going very smoothly. It's going very quickly. The actual contract goes into the fall. There was a priority of being done on the square in August, before August, in time for the fair, and I think we're going to achieve that very, very easily.
The city says the water well project is still underway. They say once that project's completed, the city will have no need for the Lamar City Lake as a water source. The Pittsburgh USD 250 School Board met this evening, but only in executive session, not open to the public. Earlier today, the district sent a message to parents acknowledging that the district was aware of multiple social media posts circulating about district employees. In that message, the district pointed out that in compliance with federal and state employment laws, the district may not publicly share information regarding employees, disciplinary actions, or personnel issues. Like a lot of libraries, the Pittsburgh Public Library is about a lot more than just books these days. This afternoon, it hosted a craft program for kids in 1st through 5th grades. Participants could decorate their own blank journals. The library provided a variety of supplies, including stickers, markers, and embellishments, so every child could create a unique and personalized design.
We've done an iCraft for adults for over 11 years, and it's been really popular. So this year we started an iCraft Junior, which is kind of the same idea. We just make it a little simpler for kids. Everything is in-house. We use a lot of recycled materials. We use things again.
A lot of public libraries offer interactive experiences for kids and adults. You can check with your local library to learn what you might be missing. Stapleton Elementary in Joplin opened a brand new chapter of a shared reading event. Every Stapleton student received a copy of the book Finway and Hattie by Victoria J. Brooks to be read together at home for the next few weeks. Staff at the school see the event as a great way to show how fun reading can be.
Reading is fun, and we have tried to do everything we can to promote that through our book, through our revealing in the assembly. We transformed our entire school with the theme and objects from the book, so they walked in school today completely surprised, and they're waiting anxiously to find out what's going on, why did our teachers do this, and that we're going to do this together, and we're a community, our families, to our students, to our staff.
School says it plans to celebrate the completion of the book with a Stapleton Reads Night on Thursday, April 17th. Hummingbirds are making their way back to our area. Conservationists report the states to the south have seen the birds on the move as they migrate back from their winter homes. They also say there are some great ways to attract the charm of a hummingbird to your own backyard.
Yeah, there's several great ways to attract hummingbirds to your yard. You can always put out a hummingbird feeder, which is a great option, but an even better option is planting native flowers. Hummingbirds tend to be attracted to tubular shaped flowers, usually kind of a red or orange color, and there's lots of really great natives that fit that description. So things like trumpet vine or native honeysuckles, also columbine, there's lots of different options for that.
The most common type of hummingbird found in this neck of the woods is the ruby-throated hummingbird. A Joplin sandwich shop hosted a tasty fundraiser to benefit a nonprofit. We have details for you coming up. But up first, area first responders will soon get a financial boost thanks to an annual telethon. KOAM's Hero Fund USA Telethon's coming up next week. The fund is used to aid first responders in getting state-of-the-art personal protection equipment and other safety resources so they can return home to their families safely. KOAM's Lonnie Walton spoke with the Goodman Police Department that hopes to receive the grant this year.
We're actually wanting the grant for a drone.
James Morgan is a police officer in Goodman. He says drones can be used for better policing and a safer environment.
It would help us apprehend suspects, fleeing suspects. It would just overall help. We got a school here in the area, and we could drone the school for threats.
And that's not all. Police Chief Michael Atkins has his own reasons.
Just the other day we had a train collision. Which would have benefited with the drone. We could have located it, been able to find out exactly where it was at.
Atkins says smaller towns can mean smaller resources. He says surrounding areas may also need help.
If we could get a drone, we can help other agencies with missing people. If somebody gets in a foot bail on a pursuit, we can launch a drone rather than sending people into the area, not knowing what's going on.
If you're chasing somebody, you don't know if they have a weapon or not if you're on foot pursuit with them, but if they've got in a wooded area, it'll help you seek that person that's hiding in a low-lying area.
Morgan has faith in these drones as he's worked for them firsthand.
All the departments that I have worked for previously, we had drones, and they helped us tremendously for missing persons, for suspect apprehensions.
Reporting in Goodman, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
So mark your calendars. The Hero Fund is going to take place next Wednesday on our noon, 5, and 6 newscasts. A Joplin business cooked up its annual fundraiser to benefit the community today. Jersey Mike served up its National Day of Giving event. The sub shop donates 100% of sales generated on the day to local charities. For the Joplin shop, that meant a big boost to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Jasper and Newton counties.
The Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is huge. Last year we were benefit of the Day of Giving as well, and we made just a little over $25,000 off of just 100% of sales. You do nothing different than come in and eat, and 100% of those sales benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters. Those funds go to help for cost of background checks, insurance, which is always going up, just those costs that we have associated with running a safe mentoring operation.
No surprise, Day of Giving is Jersey Mike's busiest day of the year. Since the event began in 2011, Jersey Mike's has raised more than $113 million nationwide for local charities. Joplin will soon have a new mural to decorate the city. Renowned Carthage artist Andy Thomas designed the work of art, which is going up in Joplin's Route 66 Mural Park, right in the heart of downtown. The donor-funded project titled Route 66 Tri-State Corridor will be unveiled on April 4th, which is next Friday. Doug returns next with a complete look at your forecast, and a little bit later, measles cases in Kansas continue to rise. We're going to have the latest numbers.
The Royals play here. Select games on the KOAM and Fox 14.
With no money out of pocket today, and with our price match guarantee, you know you're getting the best deal only at Ashley.
Well, it turned out to be a really nice day for us today. Really, all week long, it's been pretty nice. A fairly comfortable night for us tonight. Temperatures are going to be sliding back. Here's our overnight planner. It's about 61 by 11 p.m. I do think late tonight we'll drop into the mid-50s near 55 and then rebound to about 60 by 7 a.m. Back to 68 by 10 a.m. as we start to warm up even more as we go into Thursday and Friday. Let's go outside. Look at our winds for us Thursday afternoon. Not as strong as what we have seen, but still gusts kind of 27-ish to about 33-ish, maybe a little bit higher in spots. It stays breezy once again as we go into Thursday night, into Friday morning. Even Friday, we're going to have gusts right around 30, maybe 35 at times, and really kind of sticking around on Saturday as well. Clear skies, not a whole bunch going on here. We have some disorganized little waves kind of rotating around us. Look at this bigger storm system. This will affect us as we head into the weekend. It's not going to be a very strong storm system when it makes it here, but strong enough it could give us some showers and thunderstorms. Upper 50s to start. As we go through the morning hours, a few little clouds, hit and miss shower, maybe a random little thunder shower. Most of you will stay dry. By noon, mid 70s. I think with enough clearing, most of us should warm 80, 81, 82 degrees for afternoon highs, maybe an 83 once you get into our western counties. We don't drop off too much more. Once again, on Thursday night, kind of upper 50s to near 60 for overnight lows. As we go into Friday afternoon, we do get a lot of clouds in here, and we could get a random shower this time south of I-44 late in the day. Again, most of you will stay dry, but with the cloud cover, it should keep our temps down just a little bit. So I think highs near 70, but near 80 on Thursday. 60 to start, 74 by noon. High temp, 81 during the afternoon, and we're still watching for stronger storms, maybe a few low-grade severe storms as we go into the weekend. We're kind of on the cusp of it. If they can develop a little bit earlier, this yellow, meaning risk for strong severe thunderstorms, may jet a little bit farther toward the west. So let's watch it over the next day or two and see how it kind of unfolds. But this is caused by this system that is out there in the Pacific Northwest. But by the time it gets out here and pushes some energy, it's just kind of a weak upper level wave. So that's why I'm not overly convinced that it's going to produce really strong to severe thunderstorms. But yes, the potential is there if everything can come together. I think Saturday overall looks good. High temps near 80. And then we're going to watch, so here's after midnight, if a few thunderstorms can come together. If they can, the main threat would be hail as we go into Sunday morning, and then the cooler air will start to work in behind it late Sunday and Monday. 81 on your Thursday. Let's go 70 on Friday. 80 on Saturday, and then cooling down Sunday and Monday. Monday only a high of 56 degrees, but then we warm right back up by the middle of next week. Dow?
Doug, thanks. The multi-state measles outbreak is growing. 23 cases have been reported in Kansas. That's according to the state's health department. Of those cases, 20 are among people who are unvaccinated. The ongoing outbreak has affected nearly 400 people, also in Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, specifically northeastern Oklahoma. Kansas health officials suspect their cases are possibly linked to those in Texas and New Mexico. Across the states, dozens of people have been hospitalized. At least one person has died, a school-aged child with no underlying conditions and not vaccinated. Researchers say they've made progress in a universal vaccine that protects against multiple strains of COVID. Currently, the COVID vaccine has to be updated often because the virus keeps mutating. But research presented by the American Chemical Society found using new techniques, they could potentially make a vaccine that helps the body to create antibodies for multiple COVID strains, as well as the flu and the common cold. Still ahead, Pittsburgh State women's basketball, we told you, entered the night one win away from earning a spot in the national championship. Well, John Dales has the highlights from the Gorillas' Final Four battle with Grand Valley State. That's up next in sports.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work.
For 34 years, and we look forward to many more. Come and see, there is a difference.
For the first time in program history, Pittsburgh State women's basketball plays in a Final Four game, and that's tonight in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The winner goes on to the national championship on Friday night. Here we go. Pitt State against Grand Valley State. Winner will play for a national title. Gorillas start slow offensively, but here, Grace Pyle pulls up for three, and she hits. PSU down by 7 after the first, but Pitt chipping away in the second. Harper Schreiner finds Savannah Campbell for 2. Then Pyle to Hannah Nilgis. 3 is good for her first points, but Grand Valley takes an 11-point lead into halftime. In the third quarter, here come the Gorillas. First, Grace Pyle finds Sydney Holmes open in the corner. She drains a 3-pointer. Next time down the floor, here's Pyle with a step-back 3, and she connects. The lead is down to 7. A little bit later, Harper Schreiner runs down the loose ball, and she's going to finish off the fast break by herself. That caps a 12-2 run. It narrows the deficit to 3. PSU keeps on coming. Pyle gets fouled and scores. She would tie it at the line, and a couple minutes later, the Gorillas would take their first lead of the ball game. Now to the final moments of the third quarter. Hannah Nilgis open for 3, and she hits. We go to the fourth quarter, tied at 46. That's where the Gorillas are now down 5, 3 minutes to play. Pyle again from beyond the arc. They simply refuse to go away, but Grand Valley State just makes a couple more plays down the stretch. And just like that, the Gorillas' historic season comes to an end in the Final Four, 1 win short of an appearance in the national championship. Pitt State falls to Grand Valley State. Final score 68-61. And this afternoon over in Joplin, Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State baseball renew their rivalry at Warren Turner Field. It's Gorillas against Lions, and we start in the third inning. It's still scoreless. Drew Bugner ropes one down the left field line. That's fair, and he's got a stand-up double over at second base. Next batter, Hayden Dyer, puts a good swing on this one. That'll drop down for a single. Here comes Bugner around third and towards home. He'll slide in safely. That puts the Gorillas up 1-0. Now to the bottom of the inning. Lions are threatening. Nate Miskowski tries to steal second, but Nixon Brannon throws him out. Nice tag by Ricky Sanchez. Lions still scoreless. Now to the fourth. Sanchez at the plate. Skies this one deep to left, but Tragan Parker has room on the warning track for the catch. Drew Townsend up a little bit later. He hits this one to a similar spot, deep left field, and this one's gone. Lions tie it up at 1. But Brady Pasha remains composed. He strikes out Jake Leaker after the home run. He finishes the day allowing 2 runs through 5 innings pitched. Gorillas win it 8-4. And over in Altamont, one of our local high school athletes signs a letter of intent this afternoon to play her sport at the college level right here in the 4 states. Labette County High School senior Taylin Harlow signs her letter of intent to play volleyball at Independence Community College. The future Pirate didn't start playing volleyball until her freshman year, and she says today is the culmination of a lot of hard work and determination to play at the next level.
Independence really just felt like home. Like the moment that we, the coach and I contacted, and then I visited their school and we had our first conversation in person. She just felt like a coach that I've always wanted, and we just had a lot of similarities in our programs, and I just loved her instantly when we started talking.
Back to the Pitt State women losing tonight, tough loss, but the way that they fought against Grand Valley State, a dominant team in Grand Valley State too, except for tonight. Grand Valley State has won all their NCAA tournament games by an average margin of 27 points. Wow. Gorillas had them on the ropes, almost had them.
Almost pulled it off, and I know that the university and the alumni and the entire community is proud of those young women. We'll be right back.
Get low 1.9% with an assist from Roper.
They're proud to salute Billy Hughes, a 4-state hero.
Looks like we're going to see a pretty good day on Thursday, warming up. It's also going to be windy, up to 81 degrees on Thursday. Random shower, possible random shower as well on Friday. Hair cooler, but still great, high of 70. 80 on Saturday. Some overnight thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday morning.
So some more warm days ahead. Final sports note.
Well, tomorrow it's opening day for Major League Baseball, and the Kansas City Royals played their first game of the season over at Kauffman Stadium. Our sports reporter Ben McLeish is going to be up at Kauffman for opening day, so if you see him there, say hi.
Yeah, good for Ben. Yeah. Looking forward to seeing the highlights. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.